All right, for this fight scenario that we're going to ask AI, we're going to be a little different here, a little wild. And we're going to do a 2-on-1, no rules street fight. And we're going to find out and ask from AI who would win if Mirko Cro were to fight, no rules, a real street fight against The Rock and Vin Diesel together. So 2 against 1 in a no rules street fight. So I'm sure you know who Vin Diesel and The Rock are. Maybe you know who Mirko Cro is. Maybe you don't. I'll introduce you to him. He is a badass. So let's do a little write-up on him in Wikipedia. We can also look at a few of his fights on YouTube. He is a Croatian former mixed martial artist, kickboxer, and amateur boxer, mostly known for his time in the Pride Fighting Championships. He is considered one of the greatest heavyweight kickers and MMA fighters of all time. Cro Cop's signature move was his lightning-quick, high roundhouse kick, once famously described as right leg hospital, left leg cemetery. It was vicious, just knocked people out. You know, high-end, top-quality fighters just knock them right out. He is 6'2". He weighed 234 pounds when he was fighting. He's a heavyweight, a southpaw. There's his record: 34 fights, 26 wins, 13 by knockout, 8 losses, 4 by knockout. So, you know, he was given it, but he took it a few times too. He formally began training in Taekwondo at age 7 and also studied karate. He was inspired at this young age by watching Bloodsport with Jean-Claude Van Damme, and boy, you know, you remember his kicks, and Cro Cop followed that with his training and skills and abilities. He's commonly known as, again, Mirko Cro Cop because he was in the Croatian, he was a Croatian cop, so that's where the Cro Cop came from, Croatian cop. I think he was actually a commander of a Croatian anti-terrorist police force. Yeah, here it is in Wikipedia. His name, Cro Cop, short for Croatian cop, comes from his employment in Croatia's elite police special forces tactical unit. So there's a lot of write-up in here on his career, but probably best shown in some videos. So let's look at a few of these. Here he is. He's on the left there, and there's the kick. That was a left. Took him right down. There it is again. He's got quite the highlight reels. Let's forward up a little bit here. See another one, different one. It looks glancing, but takes him right out. I mean, he's just limp there in that corner. And that just glazed over. He just stands, moves forward, punches. You know, mostly above ground game, not as much on the floor with the grappling. He was really a kicker. He would kick people in the legs, sometimes in the kidney area and sometimes in the head, and no matter where he hit, it was devastating. Let's look at another fight. There he is on the left. Some headshots, and down goes the opponent. Really should get stopped right here. The ref's going to come in there. He's looking at him like, come on, you going to just stop this or what? He's just pounding away. All right, moving forward here. Some other fights. Just a few more. There he is, pounding ground. Fight stopped. He kicked. It looked like a midsection kick, and the guy just took a second for that pain to kick in, and he was done. And then just following up with the punches. Oh yeah, let's go back and look at this one again. See, that was like a kick to the legs, and he's just completely disabled. Cro almost he doesn't even understand. Is surprised it caused that much damage. All right, so you got a little bit of an insight. There was a submission, a little bit of insight into his style, how he fought. But how's he going to do against, two very large guys? He's 6'3" here, Cro. The Rock is probably somewhere in what, the 6'5" range, 250, 260. Vin Diesel's 6 foot, 200, 220. Two guys, two huge athletic guys, 2-on-1. How does he fare in that kind of a situation with no rules, street fight? Two very large athletic guys against one. That's what we're going to find out here. So I've posed that to ChatGPT and got its response. So here's the AI prompt in ChatGPT. Who would win in a no-rules street fight between a prime Mirko Cro against Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Vin Diesel at the same time? And here's what the AI analysis is. In a no-rules street fight scenario between prime Mirko and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Vin Diesel at the same time, here's how it likely plays out. Mirko Crocop's background: elite kickboxer and MMA fighter, feared for his left high kick that knocked out top-level opponents. Former K1 Grand Prix champion and Pride UFC veteran with real-world fighting experience against elite strikers and grapplers. Years of tactical combat training as a Croatian anti-terrorist police officer, conditioned for endurance, explosiveness, and handling real fight pressure. The Rock and Vin Diesel both are very large, strong men with athletic backgrounds. The Rock is 6'5", 260 pounds, former pro wrestler, football player with incredible strength. Vin Diesel, approximately 6 foot, 200 to 220 pounds, gym-built actor, not a trained fighter. Neither has professional combat sports training. Their experience is more performance-oriented. Wrestling choreography, movie choreography. Their biggest advantage is size, raw power, and numbers, because this is a 2-against-1 fight. 1-on-1 versus 2-on-1. Against either man alone, Cro would finish this fight quickly, very quickly. His precision striking and knockout power are on another level compared to untrained fighters, no matter how muscular or strong. These AI tools do quite an analysis. It's all on its own based on a small, short prompt that it gets into all this detail. It's amazing. I don't know how many people are asking it these kinds of questions, but it's sure prepared to answer them. Against both at once, it gets trickier. Street fights are chaotic, and being outnumbered creates dangers. Grappling from behind, tackles, swarming. Okay, likely outcome. Initial exchange. Cro would use superior footwork to keep distance and target legs, body with kicks. Crippling mobility fast. The Rock and Diesel aren't used to defending strikes at full power. The Rock's size factor. If The Rock managed to clinch and hold Cro, his sheer mass could cause problems, but without grappling training, he's likely to eat knees and elbows before securing control. Vin's role. Vin Diesel's lack of reach and real combat training means he'd be neutralized quickly, likely dropped by a body kick or a punch early. End scenario, Cro best strategy would be to disable one, probably Vin, instantly with a knockout, then isolate The Rock. 2-on-1 is dangerous, but Cro real-world fighting experience, conditioning, and ruthless striking give him the edge. Final verdict: prime Mirko Cro wins, but not without risk. If he can finish one opponent quickly, his elite striking movement and fight IQ allow him to dismantle both. If he gets tied up by both at the same time, the sheer weight and strength disadvantage could overwhelm him. Still, odds heavily favor Cro against both of them at the same time. in a no-rule street fight due to his elite combat skill set and knockout ability. So thought that was an interesting fight scenario to get the feedback of this AI tool and see how it would say things would turn out. So if you got any thoughts, comments on it, agree, disagree, throw them in the comment section.